Henry has more details from the Supreme Court.
From justice after they were responsible for creating the greatest epidemic that America has ever seen.
Alexis Plius, who lost her 28-year-old son Jeff to an opioid overdose, stood outside the Supreme Court, urging justices to reject a bankruptcy settlement which would protect the makers of OxyContin from facing civil lawsuits for their role in the opioid epidemic.
After I lost my son, I turned my life over to just trying to make sure that other people didn't go through this.
Richard Sackler and his family own Purdue Pharma. They agreed to pay up to $6 billion to settle lawsuits and compensate victims. In exchange, the Sacklers themselves would be protected from more lawsuits while still getting to keep billions more. Lawyers for Purdue Pharma say the money dedicated to fighting the opioid epidemic is on condition of the protections in the plan.
If the trustee succeeds here, the billions of dollars that the plan allocates for opioid abatement and compensation will evaporate. Creditors and victims will be left with nothing, and lives literally will be lost.
One of the questions the justices are weighing is whether the owners of Purdue Pharma can receive the same bankruptcy protections that their company received without having to seek personal bankruptcy as well.
Why should they get the discharge that usually goes to a bankrupt person once they've put all their assets on the table without having put all their assets on the table?
But other justices say there is nothing special about this case.
Bankruptcy courts for 30 years have been approving plans like this.
Despite the opposition protesting outside the court Monday, 95% of victims agreed to the bankruptcy plan. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the Supreme Court.